Alright guys, first and foremost, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I do truly appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you being here as well. Now in today's video, I did want to go ahead and show off the girl Ganyu, my build on her, and how she performs with the Blackcliff Warbow, because I know some people may be interested in that. So we're going to be taking her into a few boss run fights. I also want to show her in some mobs and some domains, because that's where the Blackcliff Warbow really shines. When it comes to bosses, it's not all that great, and I still believe the Amos bow, which is the one that you can obtain from the wish that's in the weapon banner currently, is going to be the best bow that you can go ahead and put on her, the best in slot for right now, I believe. But I don't have that bow, so I had to go with what I believe is the next best option. Possibly you can, kind of fiddle around with the prototype crescent or see what other bow works for you, but I went with the Blackcliff Warbow here, and I'll go into the reasons why in just a second. So if we go ahead and take a look at my Ganyu right now, as far as the way I have her built. Now keep in mind, I don't have her fully built, and I still need work on her, so what you see is not a fully built Ganyu just yet, but she is at level 90. And if we take a look at the details, I have the crit rate at only 14.7%, but you understand why, or at least if you don't, watch some of my older videos on Ganyu and you'll see the reason why, but we'll maybe touch on that here. Now the crit damage is at a 203% if you round up, so not bad at all. And then the energy recharge is a little bit higher than you might see on most Ganyus at 152% rounding up. I'll go into the reason why for that as well. And then rounding up 62% for the cryo damage bonus. Now like I mentioned, the Blackcliff Warbow is what we're going to be showing off along with Ganyu. And the crit damage, the reason why I went with the Blackcliff is for that crit damage substat right there is really nice. But also, for the passive, after defeating an opponent, attack is increased by 12% for 30 seconds, and it has a maximum of 3 stacks. Now, once again, not so great for bosses, but it is going to be really good for mobs of enemies. That's why we're going to run into some domains and see how that works out. Now for the artifacts, I don't have the best artifacts. I'm going to go ahead and mention that right off the bat. And the reason being is because of this one right here is one of the reasons at an energy recharge as the main stat. That's the reason why my energy recharge is so high. But it had some pretty good substats, so I slapped it on her. The only other one that I have here is the attack, so I might try this one out instead and switch it up. But the substats are not looking that great, so maybe if I roll a crit damage here, I will try it and see. So probably come back and test that out, because if you take a look at my attack, it's a little bit on the lower side, 1,713. It could be higher, right? It could be better. So that is one of the reasons, as well as the other reason is this one right here. It would have been nice to roll a crit damage here as the main percentage, but I have attack and then crit damage as a substat. I got lucky with some of the rolls on the crit damage though, so not bad there. And then my cryo damage bonus goblet here is not that great. Luckily I was able to roll a crit damage percentage, but you see that there were not any up stats on that one, unfortunately. And then you have defense, HP, and defense. But this is, believe it or not, my only cryo damage goblet that I have. I actually do not have any other one, so it's really bad luck for me. So unless I get a different one, that's the one I got to roll with for right now. Everything else is pretty decent, and I try to have crit damage in just about every artifact that I have. So, decent, not the best, but decent. Now I do have my Ganyu at C2. I wanted to mention that, and the reason being is because you're going to see me do this C2 ability a lot, and I think the C2 ability a little bit slept on. Even I slept on it because it doesn't really on paper seem like it does all that much, but in actuality this is a game changer, at least for me anyways, in the way I utilize Ganyu. So it's actually fantastic. And then for talents, I need to level these up some more. Level 7 here on the basic attack, and then 4 and 4. So I need to actually work on getting these leveled up a little bit higher. So as you can see, my Ganyu is not the most leveled up, but I wanted to go ahead and do this video for you guys that don't have the Amos bow and are trying to, substitute with a different 4-star weapon. I wanted to go ahead and showcase the Blackcliff Warbow. As far as the other ones, prototype crescent and everything, I might try that out. Resources are a little bit low though, so we may have to wait on that for quite some time, because like I mentioned, the resources are try her on the electro hypostasis boss, and then jump into the pyro regisvine, and then we'll jump over to the domain and try out a domain so you can see her in a mob. But let's go ahead and do this fight right here, and we'll just see what she's capable of. I'm going to try and use just her primarily and not really switch out to any other characters. Might, you know, shield up with Zhongli or something. That might be about it. But pretty much just primarily try and use her for the most part and see what we can do. So let's go ahead and get out of there. I'm going to drop that down. So I love the elemental skill, the Lotus, and like I mentioned, ooh, we got a nice 14,000. So the Lotus, having her at C2 for me is very significant in my gameplay, because what I could do is I could drop this Lotus down. You'll see when we do mobs, and once that Lotus is gone, then I can pop another Lotus, and I can pretty much essentially spam that. I can always have a Lotus going each and every time with Ganyu. And it makes it to where CCing enemies is extremely easy, keeping them focused on that Lotus and not on Ganyu, so I can do my charge up attacks here, is just so super beneficial. We got another nice 14,000 right there. So as you can see, we're doing some pretty decent damage with a, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I don't have the ult up, do I? I think I do now. I'm going to ult here. Alright, and let me see if I can get a nice one there. Get another one. I didn't get another one in time. Okay, but yeah, it's just super viable for me, and it's really an important part of my gameplay with Ganyu. Let me do that. Having that C2, I didn't realize how important it actually was until I started utilizing her, and her kit is so much more than just charge attacks, right? At least for me anyways. Having that right there is just super beneficial for me. I'm gonna keep that up. Nice 14,000 again. So as you can see, you know, decent damage. I'm not able to do my ult as much as I want to here, just because of the circumstances of the boss. But nonetheless, she's doing pretty good in my opinion. So let me do that with a 4-star bow and not having the 5-star. Now, like I mentioned, the Amos bow. Let me see if I can get actually a wide range here. Obviously, having the Amos bow is going to be the most beneficial. Can I knock that out? There we go. Can I knock that one out? Oh no! I thought I was going to be able to knock that one out. Alright, let me get that. I wasn't able to get it all in one shot. That's okay. But I think the Amos bow is still going to be the best in-slot weapon for. Allow her to hit a little bit harder. And like I mentioned, if I had, you know, a little more attack on me, I think it would be a little more beneficial to be able to do a little more damage. Let me see where that last one's at. That last one's here. Alright, let me do that. And this should do it right here. Alright, GG. So let's go ahead. That was pretty much like a neutral boss, kind of. So let's go ahead over to the Pyro Regis Vine. I'll see you guys right away. Alright guys, so we're heading to the Pyro Regis Vine at this time. And for this one, I might use a little more synergy with the team on this one. So I'm going to shield up with Zhongli. I might drop down a fat meteor on this guy. And then switch over to Ganyu and then just pretty much stick with Ganyu here. So let me see if I do this. Drop this down on him real quick. Shield up. Okay, I'm going to drop that down, get out of the way here. Okay, let me do that. Do that. Do that. I'm going to go ahead and ult with Venti. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to drop this down right there. Let me see if I can get another one here. I just pretty much want to break that shield for the most part. Let me get out of the way here. I'm going to drop that down. I'm going to go ahead and ult. Alright, and let me see if I can do some big PP damage here. Alright. Okay, nice, good stuff. So, you know, a little assistance there with the team, but not bad at all, So, let's go ahead over to the domain at this time and see how she does with the group or mob. Because like I mentioned, that's where the Blackcliff Warbow really shines, is being able to defeat an enemy and then being able to get that stat buff. So let's go ahead and check that out. Alright, so I decided to go ahead and do the Viridescent domain because I know it has a lot of enemies that you can go ahead and group up. And once again, I'm going to try and just stick with Ganyu. I am going to shield up though. I am going to shield up. Alright, so let me go and drop this down. It is the level 90, so we're going to see what we can do with this here. Hopefully, we can have some good stuff going. I'm going to go ahead and try and get them to focus there. I may utilize some help just because it is the level 90. So we'll see. Maybe getting them gathered. Yep, we're gonna try and gather them up and show how the CC capabilities are. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna shield up again. Alright, let me switch here. Alright, and let me try do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. Have them focus there. Go ahead and snipe that. What's also really nice about Ganyu is you don't really necessarily need to aim all that much, in the aspect that because her second one pretty much explodes, it hits the enemies anyways, especially if you like aim towards the floor, so that's really nice. So let me do this, but you do want to aim for the head for the crit rate. So, but sometimes if you're in a bit of a situation, nice 18,000 right there. Alright, let me see if I can get this one right there. Got 16,000, another 16,000. Okay, so that's because we did go ahead and just, you know, kill some enemies. So we're able to go ahead and get the attack, that bit of an attack buff that you can see right there. With it getting to, I think 18,000 was one of them. So, you know, not off the charts numbers, nothing out of control, but pretty decent numbers for a 4-star weapon, in my opinion. But anyways, guys, I did want to go ahead and showcase that and be able to show off Ganyu a little bit with the Blackcliff Warbow. Once again, I think it's a very good alternative to the Amos bow, a very good 4-star weapon to go ahead and utilize. But I think the Amos bow still would be the best in slot. Once again, artifacts are not the best. I need to go ahead and probably optimize those. But other than that, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like what you saw. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.